What's going on, Falcon fans? It's your boy Okdauh coming back at you with another video. So we're gonna quick recap of day 9 of training camp. Got news on Jeff Okdauh, other guys that's was hampering a little bit with injuries, and what's going on in training camp as the guys get ready to go down to Miami for the joint practice next week and the first preseason game. So guys, with that being said, if you have not already, go ahead and please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the notification bell so you know when I drop another video. Please hit the like buttons. I know you guys like to hear what I talk about. Then please share my video throughout the YouTube universe so more people can come in and hear me talk about these Atlanta Falcons. So guys, good news from Arthur Smith today during his post-game practice press conference, talking about Jeff Okdauh. Images came back and he will not be out for the rest of the season. He could potentially be back by game 1, more likely, a little bit later than that. But early in the season, they are expecting Jeff Okdauh to be back. So, we just got to hold it down to then. And then we could have our secondary hopefully back fully intact, and they could do the things that they want to do, the idea of how they want to play this season. Right now, I'm listening to the guys that's on the ground telling us what's going on in practice. Trey Flowers and they had Mike Hughes kind of rotating today at that second cornerback position, and more likely that's probably how it's going to go going into the first couple of games during the season. We'll take a look at how it's going to look in preseason as well. But right now, like I said, one of the most important things about having a really good team is having that depth, and those guys have playing experience in the NFL. They're not young. Mike Hughes was a first round pick himself, so he has potential and he has the ability to play and hold down a spot to Jeff Okdauh to get back. And Trey Flowers, big body guy that they use him in matchups against tight ends and stuff like that, but with his big body. So you can see both of those guys, depending on the game plan and depending on the opponent, you'll see how they line up, at that second cornerback spot. But good to have that depth, and good news once again, about Jeff Okdauh coming back. John Smith is closely coming back as well. We not really know what the injury was, but whatever it wasn't that serious. Should be coming back. Matt Hennessy still day to day, and then good news on Calais Campbell. Sound like he's working his way back. Should be back. Maybe he might be back. During the Miami trip. So that's good news to get him back out there as well. So that's where we're at on the injury front. Good news all around. Couple guys did go off, but it sounded like it wasn't that serious. Gazano, defensive tackle, and DeMarco Hellams were kind of slow getting up as well, but it sounds like both of those guys going to be good to go. So that's good news on the injury front for these Atlanta Falcons. Like I said, day 9 seemed like the guys continue to progress. We didn't get a lot of photos today and pictures and shots and things like that because practice was closed. They was doing a live scrimmage today, trying to get some simulations done, 2-minute offenses, drives down the field and things like that. We did get some reports. It was back and forth between the offense and defense. Sounded like the defense probably won the day. They had, I think, 3 interceptions overall, which is good because you still want your defense to really play the way that you heard play Jesse Bates. That's why we brought Jesse Bates here to play excellent defense. That's why he was one of the big free agent splash signings for these Atlanta Falcons. So things like that, you continue to hear the defensive back still playing well, the defensive front still playing well. Our quarterbacks continue to progress and get better the more they learn the offense and things like that. So overall, I think it was a good day. They got out there with no serious injuries, and you could say that they stacked another day for day 9. The big thing is they off tomorrow. They got another practice on Monday, and then they head down to Miami for 2 joint practices with the Miami before they go into that that Friday night preseason game. So I can't wait to see that. I think the biggest storylines to look out of that preseason game, we'll talk about this more, pretty much will be the receivers. Looking at that, Frank Darby has really had splashes in practice. Depending on he could translate that to the preseason game. All of it counts. The preseason practices, all that counts and things like that, because they go back and look at the film on all that stuff. So, you can't have one big day and think you made it. You got to have it consistently over time. And hopefully, a guy like Frank Darby is doing that. But you got to think about guys like Penny Hart, guys like Xavier Malone, that's really been having a good camp as well. So, that receiver battle probably is going to be one of the most interesting battles. That safety battle, I think, is going to be interesting too. Guys like David Abernathy been doing well in camp. Can he get that fourth safety spot? Or a guy like DeMarco Helms, who had to play today. Haven't heard his name a lot during training camp. But Arthur Smith said today that he really interested to see what he's going to do in the preseason game. These guys going to get opportunity because they are going to get on the field. They're going to be able to play. And, you have to put film out there, not just for the Atlanta Falcons, but for every other team in the NFL as well. So, that's pretty much your resume, your tape, your film, and things like that. So, this is going to be a competition that's going to go down, I believe, into the wire for a lot of these positions. But the coaching staff wanted this way. The front office wanted this way. They wanted that competition. They wanted it to be hard to make this 53-man roster. And so far, so good. You seem like that's what's been happening for this Atlanta Falcons team. I want to thank all the guys that's been covering the Falcons for us that cannot make it out to the practices every day because we got a 9-to-5 job. We have to the work and things like that. But thanks for giving us the insight on what all is happening there. All positive vibes. It was another packed day for our Atlanta Falcon fans, and they had the 1998 Super Bowl team there as well. That was awesome to see. It's good to see a lot of the old Falcons coming back, being around this team. Like I said, guys, just a positive vibe going around this team right now. And we need to feed off all of it. Guys like Warrick Dunn was there, I think yesterday. So you just love it. All the old guys coming back. Some of our favorite players from the past coming back. Guys like Terrence Mathis, Santiago. I haven't seen him in a long time. Muhammad Sanu was there, so you love to see guys from the old teams coming back that had great success. Some of our favorite players coming back. Jamal Anderson doing the Dirty Bird for the fan base. Things like that's just awesome. The vibe is awesome. You love to see what's going on in Atlanta. But at the end of the day, the guys got to go out there and play the games and put it on the field. You can't win the offseason by just on paper and what the vibes and things like that. It's all about the play. So but they're building towards that, and hopefully we get to see something good on Friday night to see some of the things that they've been working on in these first couple weeks of training camp. This is your boy Okdauh coming back at you with another video. Peace.